Yeah! Oh! Oh! What's up, everybody? How's it going? What is up? Oh! So ready for a good stream. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Killathan Joy Jacobs, the second, the third. I don't know, man. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Jake's going crazy today. Oh my God. New horror movie this week to talk about? Come on. It's always a good time. It's always a good time when we have something new to talk about. What's up, everybody, though? What's up? Welcome. Wrestling God is here. Saying, hey, Jake, question, are you hyped for Scream 7? What if I said no? What if I said, nah, I lost my fucking mind over Screams 5 and 6, but, the 7th one, I don't know. I just don't know if they're going to be able to, do it. No, I'm really excited. I can't wait for it. It's going to be great. Amy is saying, would you rather be the agent for David Dastmalchian or become a CEO? Definitely the agent. Anything over being a CEO of one of those companies. Ooh. Damn. Hot takes all around. Parker CS is saying excited for the stream. Thanks for being here, Parker. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Tori's here too. What's up? How's it going? Jordan James is asking, I would think it would be cool to see 2 female Ghostface killers in Scream 7. I agree. That would be cool. You would immediately have to get a different dynamic, which I think would be a lot of fun. It wouldn't just be same old, what we've always seen. Old Jake likes that. You guys know it. So I'm here for that. Neems is hanging out with us tonight. Neems, what's up? How's it going? Welcome. Amy's talking about Overlord from 2018, killer movie. I have the poster all the way over there. You just can't see it. I promise it's there. It's back in the day I used to have this webcam right there where I would just shoot straight back with everything. You could just see all my fucking Pepto-Bismol and all that shit I got on my nightstand. Those were the days. The good old days. But yeah, no, we don't do that no more. You guys don't need to see what's on my nightstand. Gunner is hanging out with us tonight. What's up? How's it going? Welcome. Friday night, let's get some Ghostface. Yeah. Let's make some Ghostface happen. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say that. Daniels J 2004 is saying, hey Jake, how you doing? I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic. 11 out of 10. 12 out of 10, maybe. And I'm gonna shit my pants on stream tonight, and I'm not gonna feel that great. What's up? You don't seem so happy about the scary movie clip, Lily. It's almost like you've seen it a million times. Well, here's the a millionth and one time. What's up? You wanted me to play it so bad, so there you go. I don't know what to tell you. You asked for this. If you didn't bring up the clip, I wouldn't have played it. I don't know. That's my thoughts. That Sounded Scary is with us tonight. What's up? Let's talk some Exorcist Believer. Okay. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about the trailer that, is very, very mixed opinions on that one. Ooh, Jake got crucified. See, that kind of works with the theme here. Jake got crucified saying that I actually kind of liked the trailer, but I'm not saying it's the best trailer I've ever seen. But listen, it's fine. It's got some meh moments to it, but there's some other times where I'm like, okay, this is original. This is nice. This is a fun little moment. Okay, this could be good. Maybe I'm wrong. A lot of people think I'm wrong, but hey, that's okay. It's all right. So it's fun. It makes it fun. I'm excited. What's up, Sammy? How's it going? What's up? Welcome. Yeah! From Yurdy G. I love it. Put the growl and the Killjoy Jake. Yeah, dude, if you put that on one of your songs, I'll lose my fucking mind. I would lose my mind if you just, yeah! Just one of those. That would make me so happy. Yurdy G's music is amazing, and his podcast is also pretty fucking awesome. I will be the guest on it very soon. the singular guest, that's it. No, I'm kidding. But check out Toxic Icon Pod. TIP, tip as I like to call it. Go get the tip from Yurdy G is what I like to say. Good stuff. Parker saying, question, do you think Scream could have a movie inspired by New Nightmare and be a somewhat spiritual successor, but within the Scream mythology? So you basically have all your main characters from the original film coming back to be, themselves essentially in a horror movie where they're really chased around by a ghost face. I'm not against that at all. I'm just a little more interested in finishing the story at hand right now. But if they do this, at some point in the future, sure. Fuck yeah. I'll see that movie. It'd be a lot of fun. Be a nice little, callback to the past. But I will say the Scream franchise has done that a lot lately. Whether you like it or not, it's been very nostalgia-driven, especially in that last movie. Well, maybe a little more even in 5, which is arguable, I know. We had a whole fucking, set piece dedicated to nostalgia in the last film, so it's very arguable. But I just want something that's not nostalgia-driven from Scream. Just give me a murder mystery. Give me a really good murder mystery. You don't have to be like, hey, remember this thing that happened in the original film? Or remember how Dewey died in Scream 5? Remember Kirby from Scream 4? I don't want none of that. Just give me solid murder mystery. With no flub. None of that flub. But a little bit of flub's fun. Come on. Sarah Campbell saying sushi, Spirit Halloween, Starbucks, and now a Jake stream. It's a great night. That sounds awesome besides the Jake stream part. But damn, all that other stuff? Holy shit. My Spirit Halloween, I think, just opened in the last 2 days. So I got to get up there. Got to make a trip. Jake is in Spain without the P? You mean without the S. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yes, I am. Ethan the Goat is saying, Jake, I'm gonna need you to explain the recent tweet about the talk to me hand. Look, I'm just a curious little fella, okay? I'm just a curious guy, okay? I just want to know if lube or lotion comes off of the hand, okay? What if I spill that on there? What the fuck's gonna happen? What'll happen? Will it ruin it? I don't know. It's the only reason I'm asking, definitely. Why you gave The Last Voyage of the Demeter a 2, that means it was terrible. Well... Yeah. Yeah, Amy. I mean, yeah, that does mean it was terrible. In my eyes, my buddy Sean left me a comment saying I really liked it. I think that's pretty fucking cool. A lot of people probably dug it. I even said in my spoiler-free review part of it, I was like, and no spoilers. The movie just came out. I won't spoil anything about the movie, but what I will say is I wasn't crazy about it, but if you're a fan of like old movies, if you like Universal Monsters, Hammer Pictures, I said Hammer Bros in the video, fucked up. But if you like that shit, you will be into this one for sure. But it also has the same problems I have with those movies, like older movies, where like the character development isn't great. There's a lot of weird shit going on. I don't know. A lot of things I wasn't hot on with the movie. Digital effects all around too. It's just like, oh man. I was really expecting something different from it. It's just not at all what I saw in the trailer. I saw like this trailer that looks like, ooh, this is gonna be something really scary and messed up. I'm all about that, but kind of wasn't that. Bill Cartwright is saying, what's up, Jake? How goes it? It goes pretty good today. I might shit my pants on stream, but besides that, things are great, man. Things are great, Bill. Appreciate you for being here. Thanks for being here, man. I don't know whether I want to watch Mutant Mayhem or Last Voyage. I heard Mutant Mayhem is kick-ass, though, from pretty much all around. I've heard really good things about it. From the same director who did Mitchell's vs. the Machines, which if you have not seen that movie, no, it's not a horror film, but it's a kick-ass animated movie. Highly recommend it. Same guy who did this one, too. So I need to see it. I am a huge fan. Huge fan of Mitchell's vs. the Machines. That was incredible. I turned that on like by a whim because my buddy was like, oh, you should watch this, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's one of my favorite animated movies now. Cool. Nice. I love when you get something like that. Something just blows your mind. You're like, no way, this was so good. It's always good. Today and tomorrow, your day's off. Very nice. So glad to catch this one. Hell yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Would I rather become Ryan George trying to pitch the Idol or turn into Rasputin? Well, Rasputin died in a horrible way, so I don't really want to be Rasputin. Ryan George seems like he's killing it. His channel's doing really good, just hit 1 million subscribers. Yeah, I'd want to steal his life, of course. Darth Kermit 723 is saying, I have one thing to say, Busta Rhymes is better than Laurie Strode. You know what? You might be alone there. You might be alone in that opinion. But with that being said, I respect it, though. I respect the hell out of it, and you got to just commit to the bit sometimes. You got to commit to what you love. And speaking of committing what you love, committing to what you love, I have a fancy little thing, little free movie again tonight. Oh, we're doing that again. Some people are like, Jesus Christ, Jake. Some of us don't care, but some of you might. If you're a Halloween Ends fan, I have the digital code for one. If you go to universalredeem.com, I'm going to give it away right now because I used to wait till the end of the thing, and then it's like, some people might not be able to get it. So right now, fuck it. Halloween Ends. Who wants a code? Jake's giving back today. We're giving movies away. So go to universalredeem.com. That's all one word. then .com. And then get ready to type in the code. The first one who types it in fast enough gets it. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna type it into the old chat. And then I'm gonna read it aloud because I think that's kind of fun. I can't read it while I type it though, because then some people might have an unfair advantage. Is this whole thing kind of unfair though? A little bit. I mean, I think it's fun though. I think it's fun that we get to give away movies on here. I sent out a steelbook to a friend recently, which was cool. That's a 0. There is a 0 in there, so there you go. There's a heads up. Sent out the Scream Steelbook to somebody, so we'll be doing another giveaway with the Scream 3 Steelbook. So there you go. The code is UFZFCBJX8N90LZ33 for Halloween Ends at UniversalRedeem.com. Go get it. Go get yourself a little Halloween Ends if you want that. So there you go. Free movie. Free movie for someone out there. I hope different people are getting them, by the way, when I do this. Because otherwise I'd be like, damn, I'm just giving one person like all these movies. But there you go. If you want Halloween Ends, you can have it. I don't want it. So there you go. That's what she said is hanging out with us tonight. What's up? I'm not playing the video again. I'm not. Lily, I won't play it for you. I promise. I know you're like, God, don't do it again. Be kind of funny if I did, though. Denisha is saying, congrats on the new growth. Thank you so much. 18K, buddy. You deserve it. Thank you so much, Denisha. I appreciate that. I was going to do like a stream kind of being like, hey, look at that. Thank you. Thank you for 18K. I haven't said anything about it, though. So thank you so much. Shit's insane right now. Like, we have a big announcement coming up for the page. Might want to look out on the 25th of this month because something's coming. Can't tell you what, but something. And I just appreciate all of you guys so much because you're the reason that this big project is happening, whatever it is, and you will know all about it. That I've been teasing it all year. You guys will know all about it on the 25th. That's all I'm going to say. So we finally had a big meeting about that, kind of talked about, what's the plan. We've got a plan down. So I can finally officially announce the 25th, you will have the announcement. So this is the unofficial announcement for the announcement on what's next. But also, just want to thank all 18,000 of you because you guys made this all possible. So thank you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you all so much. Sarah Campbell has gifted a Killjoy Jake membership to Denisha. Look at that. Perfect timing. Very good stuff. Sarah, thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate it. Always appreciate the gifts. It's always good stuff. So thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you. And Ethan won. Ethan got, nice. He got Halloween Ends. Very nice, my friend. Enjoy that digital copy of it. If that's your bag, enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, Ethan. That's why you got to come to the streams, because you get free movies. I'm giving away Nope on the next one, so there you go. Look out for that. Who else is hanging out with us? We also got Old School saying, watching Wrong Turn 5 again. Ooh! Oh, that's a good one. I actually like that one. I don't know. There's some crap characters in that movie, but Doug Bradley's in it, though. Like, Pinhead in a Wrong Turn movie? Come on, that's pretty cool. I'm very much so married to Wrong Turn 4, though. I love that movie. I don't know what it is, but there's something special about that movie to me. It's a lot of fun. Blaine Baxter is at the next convention. Oh, no, you're not there yet. At the next convention, I'm planning to go in North Carolina. I'm going to meet someone of the Terrifier 2 cast. Very nice. It's going to be so freaking awesome. I enjoy. Have a good time. They're all super nice. I got to meet some of them at Horror Hound this past March. It was great. Whole bunch of fun. So enjoy. Have a good time. I haven't met Lauren Lavera yet, though. She was unable to come to Horror Hound. So hopefully I get to meet her at some point. She's very cool. Seems very, very cool. So very good stuff. Christopher, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Noah Atkinson is saying John Wick Chapter 5 should be the part where he takes out the high table. It's kind of what I thought Part 4 was gonna be. So what's going on? What's going on? And why there is gonna be a John Wick 5? So what's going on with that? What's going on with that? What's really the case here? No spoilers. But I was coming out of that movie thinking there was not gonna be a John Wick 5. That's all I'm saying. What else do we got? What else is going on out in the chat there? Scream 6 missed what Scream 2 had, a great red herring. Scream 2 had the best red herrings in the franchise, in my opinion. Joel Cotton, you think Joel was a red herring? I don't know about that. Cotton, Mickey, and Derek were awesome. If 6 had red herrings like that, it'd be my number one. I think Ethan should have been a red herring. I have a big video. So I have a I have a video coming out next Friday that I've been working on like all week, and I just haven't had the time to edit it. But I have a big video coming out talking about the Randy characters and their evolution through all 6 Scream movies. And I posted a thing the other day, and people were like, "You can't call it the Randy character. Like it's such a mean thing to say." And I'm like, how does that mean? Like Randy was the first of that character, the horror fan who knows what's going on and is commenting on things, being the audience's surrogate. Randy Meeks is the first person to do that. You know, you got your Randys, you got your Kirbys, you got your Mindys, you got the stoner guy from Cabin in the Woods. There's plenty of characters like that, but Randy Meeks is the first one. That's why I call him the Randy characters. So I got a big video talking about that, but next up, I want to talk about some Scream 6 stuff. I was watching like a bunch of videos just on Scream 6, and I'm like, I really want to do a video where I talk about like things I love about a movie. Like I see so much content where it's like things I hated about this, and I'm like, I don't know about that. So I'm going to do a video where it's like things I loved about Scream 6. It's going to be just this big thing where it's like an over-analysis of like every single scene. And instead of being like, well, I hate this shit, because like I'm a lover, okay? I'm a lover, I'm not a fighter. I'm going to say I love this about Scream 6, but I wish that they could have done this instead. Staying constructive. It's the attitude that I feel like is important about that. So I'm working on that video. That's something I was thinking about watching Scream 6 recently, about a certain character that probably should have been a red herring but was not. But I think that the boyfriend character was a pretty good red herring though. Ethan is the character that should have been a red herring in my opinion. But Danny was a pretty good red herring. Honestly, I was pretty like I don't know about him. Derek, I don't know. Derek's tough. Mickey is the killer, so I wouldn't call him a red herring. Cotton's the one where I'm like iffy about, because he's a little too weird, you know? I'm like, he probably should have just been the killer, but I do like what they ended up doing with him in Scream 2. Like, that's probably my favorite part of the third act, is what they end up doing with Cotton Weary there. He shoots Mrs. Loomis, but there's a moment where you think he's not going to do it if Sydney doesn't take that Diane Sawyer interview. So it's like, I don't know what's up with that. So I really enjoyed that. I thought that was that part of the ending of Scream 2 I really like. Chosen Vader owner is saying, how's your Friday going? Fan-fucking-tastic. Would you like to see more backstory on Art in Terrifier 3? Not too much. Just maybe a little bit, maybe another little slice of it, but I don't want to know the whole thing. You know, I don't want to know everything about Art. Give me another little peek behind the curtain, but that's it. That's all I want to see. If they spell the whole thing out for me, I feel like a lot of the mystery shrouded around the character is going to get lost. Like, we don't need a whole movie explaining what Michael Myers is, you know? We don't. That's not fun. That's just, you're just explaining it all out, what your vision of it might be. I like that everyone has a different interpretation on what Michael is, you know? And now that there is movies in the franchise that try to explain it, and I just feel like that's kind of pointless. It ruins one of the coolest aspects of the franchise. We don't need an answer to that. Just build the mystery more, you know, make it crazier if you can. I like that Terrifier 2 didn't really explain much. I think that makes it more fun. It makes it more mysterious. I dig that. What else we got going on? Have I seen Strangers Pray at Night? Fuck yeah, killer movie. I think I like the first one more, but I still love Pray at Night. Can't wait for your positive review breakdown for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey in September. That's so funny. That is so funny. I have positive things to say about that movie, honestly. Like, not much, but I have some positive things. I have positive things to say about it, I promise. But yeah, that one's fine. When will you give free code? What? You can watch this for free, Amy. Old School is saying, what is your opinion on Noah from the Scream TV show? Noah was definitely one of the more standout characters, but I stand by my opinion that I just don't think the Scream TV show characters are all that great. They're just a little undercooked. They feel like TV show characters versus movie characters. And I know you might be hearing that and saying like, well, it's a TV show, but it's based on Scream, which is known for its really good characters. It's like making a Thing prequel and then not having practical effects. You know, it's just like, this is weird. Why? What? You know, you're completely ignoring one of the biggest things about this franchise here. So just feels like a missed opportunity. Noah is one of the better ones. Who's the one girl? I can't think of her name. The girl with the short hair also kind of stands out to me a little bit. And I cannot remember her name for the life of me. Eric Cartman is saying the director of the last, so Andre Overdahl, director of the last voyage of the Demeter, was supposed to direct Stephen King's The Long Walk. Ooh, interesting. But he's no longer a part of the project anymore, sadly. Great director. I'm just not crazy about his last two movies. Demeter was a PG-13 horror movie disguised as The Witch, and I just didn't like it. I'm like, not the best approach to telling that story, I don't think. And Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I don't know, just once again a forgettable PG-13 horror movie. I loved the creatures in that movie. That was great. But I think I loved that because it's based on the book. You know what I mean? It's like you can't just throw cool creatures in something and call that, okay, that's a good movie. No, it needs more than that. I love cool, creepy creatures. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I need more. I need more than just that. Need a good story as well. Would I rather be Ryan George or James A. Janice? I don't know what's with all the Ryan George questions, but I want to be part of it. I don't know either, but it's interesting. I love the pitch meetings though, man. Those are fucking hilarious, and they don't come off as malicious. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh man, this guy's being so negative." I don't know about that. I think he's just poking fun. You're allowed to make jokes, you know, like. It's kind of like the same mentality of saying like, well, Scream hates horror movies because they poke fun at them. Well, no, it's at the end of the day, Scream is a horror movie, but a lot of its, commentary and meta references come from horror criticisms and horror ideas. So I think it's fun. I think it's cool. So I love what Ryan George does. James A. Janice though, man, oh God, would I love a channel that's like Dead Meat size? That would be awesome. Oh my God. The things we could do. I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, oh shit, this is nuts. Perry Moberg. Oh, thank you so much for the $5, my friend. I really appreciate that. Saying I recently saw Deadstream and the Retaliators. Oh, I don't know that last one. I love Deadstream though. Both were fantastic. Have you seen them? Oh, Deadstream is so good. I literally just bought it. Like yesterday, I bought this movie. I love it. I think it's fucking awesome. It's slowly crawling up to favorite found footage. I don't know if it's there yet, but as far as top 10 found footage goes, it might be number 10. It might be making its way up there. There's a lot of good found footage movies though, so it's a tough thing to break into for me. I really like a good found footage movie, but the problem with them, just like slasher movies, is there's a lot of great ones where you're like, you need to see this, and then there's a lot of them where it's like, ugh, oh geez, what's going on here? Sometimes it's just people running around with a camera, you know? And sometimes it's a really compelling story. But Deadstream is awesome. If you have not seen it, I think it's great. It's one of those found footage movies where there's a lot of humor, and that's like kind of rare. And those really stick out to me big time. Like The Visit is a great example where it's like it's just really goofy, but it's also scary. Deadstream's the same way. Very silly, but very fun at the same time. They also have a really unique way of fitting music into it, which I think is great. It's so many creative things about Deadstream. I really loved that. So I don't know. That was a 9 out of 10 for me. I thought that was fantastic. I'm so excited to see what the Winters do next because they did a sketch for VHS 99. It was the last one. It might be my favorite. The Flying Lotus one is still, I think, my number one. But it's called To Hell and Back. It's really good and it's really scary and also very silly. It's definitely, they have a style, I guess is my point. For sure. So check out Deadstream. It's on Shudder if you want to watch it. There's also a steelbook out at Walmart, which I hunted for yesterday and found a copy somehow. I think that came out like a little while ago, maybe like a month ago. So I was actually kind of surprised to still see it on the shelves. But Perry, thank you so much for the $5, man. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to check out the Retaliators. Have not seen it. If it's on like Shudder or something, that would be really cool too. Be pretty sick. So thank you so much. Thank you for the 5. Appreciate you. Hello, Hollywood guy. How's it going? What's up? Thanks for being a channel member. I appreciate you. Chosen Vader owner is saying, are you ready for Halloween in 2 months? I know we don't have a Halloween movie this year. Yeah, that's kind of sad. What I will say is I am excited to rewatch a bunch of Halloween movies, though, this year. That's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't gone through that. Well, it hasn't been that long. I went through that whole franchise last October before I re-ranked everything. So, it's kind of, is it time to do another rewatch? Maybe. I still haven't seen H2O on 4K. So, I kind of want to see that. I guess they really, fixed the mask a little bit in H2O for the 4K. That really intrigues me. I'm like, ooh, okay. Because that's always been one of the weakest elements to that. So, I love when I put out a weird tweet because then I get weird responses back. And I said something about the hand from Talk to Me. A24 is finally selling one of those, by the way. And every 2 seconds, my phone dings and it's like someone's telling me, oh, you could fist yourself with that, Jake. That'd be pretty cool. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. What the hell's going on, man? It's funny shit. I love it. I have not seen Malum yet, but I love The Last Shift. I thought that was so fucking good. Low budget, but fantastic. That low budget does not mean bad. I hate that people think that, but Malum kicks ass. I really liked that movie. Really good film. And Ozzy's Dungeon, yes, is like my favorite. That's like one of my favorite VHS sketches. It's so gross, but so compelling. It's so interesting. I love it. Have I seen the Slasher season? There's 5 seasons of that? Oh my God. I thought it was the worst season yet. I prefer seasons 1 through 3. So I've only seen season 2, and I kind of checked out after that. I liked the structure of the show. I just didn't like the overall story. Like, I like how, like, every episode kind of focused on a character, and then, one of them died, essentially, which was cool. With season 2, at least, that's what I remember from the one season I've seen. But it was fine. I don't know. The kills were really good, I thought, but just the story overall felt kind of like it wasn't going anywhere. Like, we just wanted to do a slasher, a season of television that's based on a slasher. And it's like, it was in the snow too, which I thought was really cool and really intriguing. I don't know. I'm just not crazy about the show. It's fun, but nothing where I'm like, I don't know if that was like the best thing ever. I will say too, that's so funny. I will say too, I think that like Better Call Saul and like Breaking Bad and Stranger Things, I think those shows have just ruined television for me. Like, they're so good that anytime I try to watch anything else, I'm just like, I don't know. I turn it off typically. And I don't know. It kind of sucks because there's so much television I want to watch, but like, you watch Better Call Saul, you watch Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, I rope into that category too after season 4, but man, it's like, shit, why can't everything be this good? It's like, if anything is just a little below that, I just kind of lose interest now because that's just, it's ruined my taste. I need to do the coffee beans to reset my palate, I guess. Kind of just forget about those and start fresh with other things. Because, wow, I mean, I lost my mind at the end of season 6 of Better Call Saul. Like, that is one of the greatest stories ever told. Like, bar none. I don't even care if it's television, movies, whatever. That's just, holy shit. That whole story is just so good. Hollywood Guy is throwing $5 out there saying, Jake, did you take a shit on my windshield? I saw your review of the Demeter. Did you see you didn't watch the movie first, did you? Well, Hollywood Guy, I'm gonna have to write you down for a shit ticket, okay? I'm coming over right now. No, I'm kidding. No, I kid. Was All Hallows Eve a prequel to the Terrifier series? Good question. So technically, no. It's odd. It's kind of its own entity. It kind of exists outside the realm of Terrifier, but also like kind of not, because they're incorporating elements from that, I guess, into the next film as to what Damien has told us. But I don't know. To me, it feels like an outlier from the franchise, though, is what I will say. It doesn't feel like it's, part of it. It's not part of the story. It's kind of its own thing. It's an early version of Art the Clown. Also, if you've ever seen The Ninth Circle, it's a short film with Art the Clown. I believe the same actor from this movie plays him there too, but not 100% on that. I do know that, the first Terrifier is the first time we saw David Howard Thornton play the character, and also in Terrifier 2, and I'm presumably Terrifier 3 as well. I'm so excited, though. Oh my God, I can't wait for more of that. But what I will say is what's great about All Hallows Eve, it's a very different portrayal of the character. Art the Clown is just fucking scary in that movie. There's no goofiness about him. He's just this scary figure that's looming in the background the entire time, and finally at the end, something happens. No spoilers. Watch it though. If you want more Terrifier, if you like, I love that first one, I love the second one, I want more of that. Check out All Hallows Eve. I personally don't like it as much as Terrifier and Terrifier 2. I think that each movie Damien has made has been an improvement upon the last. But I recommend this one if you like his style. If you like those kinds of movies, you will dig it. Once again, ultra gore, super crazy, pretty decent plot running through the wraparound segment. It's cool. It's an anthology horror too, which I think is really interesting. So I really liked it. I really enjoyed the film. It doesn't technically affect the series thus far, like what we know, with Terrifier and Terrifier 2. But like I said, might incorporate some of those elements into the next film, according to Mr. Leone, or Leone, however the fuck you pronounce it. I met the guy. Probably should have asked him then. But there you go. How about them apples? So Hollywood Guy, check it out. It's probably on Tubi still, so watch it. Give it a watch. It's a good one. Thank you for the $5 though, my friend. I still have to shit on your windshield, but thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Slick Ninja I dig it. And I love your profile picture too, my friend. Saying, I'm late, but I was wondering your thoughts on Stu and Sam and Tara's mom being Stu, Sam, and Tara's mom being the killer in Scream 7. I mean, here's the thing. I think if the other Scream movies didn't exist, where nearly all of the sequels have family-oriented characters being the killer, I might be into this. But the problem is with Scream 7, a big thing it has to avoid due to, criticism. Before I even say this, hang on. Let's take a step back before I even talk about what I'm going to talk about. I don't believe that you should let things beyond the fourth wall interrupt your vision for a movie. Like, if they want to make Scream 7 very similar to Scream 3, then that has to be what it is. I'm just going to pitch my ideas for what I think is the best for the series right now. That kind of goes against that. Like, if they make Sam and Tara's mom the killer, it's just Roman again, and I just don't know how you could spin it any other way. I mean, I know, like, the whole idea with Roman is that he's this secret brother from, a horrible thing that happened to, things I can't say, to Maureen Prescott. And, like, I get it. It's different. It is. But we already did something that is so close to what Scream 2's twist was in Scream 6. Some fans didn't like it. In fact, that was one of the biggest criticisms I heard of the last film, was that the twist at the end was just a little too close to Scream 2. There was already so many things very similar to that film. Let's not do anything that is parallel to the other movie. I kind of feel the same way with Scream 7. To avoid that criticism, I think that they should just have a killer that has no family relations at all. No kind of tie-ins with our lead character, just a killer who wants to knock out everybody for some reason, just anything else. So that's kind of why I've been very against that. I know, like, a lot of the theories running for Scream 7 right now involve, like, what is it? Is it Stu's sister? That's Leslie Mocker. I don't know. Leslie Mocker is a character we've never seen on screen before, and she's, like, her name dropped one time. So I'm just like, I don't know if I care that much about Leslie. But Sam and Tara's mom, we've only heard bad things about her too. That's the other thing. We only know that she's not only a bad mom, but she decided to hang out in London while her fucking kids were dying at home. So I'm not a fan of this character. And if they introduce her, like, here's the two options that we basically have with the mom character. They can introduce her, and, Sam maybe is like, I'm not super happy with you. Like, I don't really like you because you don't really want to be in our lives. So why would she want to immediately be in their lives again? Like, if she was the Ghostface killer this whole time, I feel like she would want to stay close with these people. So it would be hard for me to buy that. I wouldn't want to see her introduced and she's suddenly this nice character. I don't want to see Sam and Tara forgive her either. Frankly, what she's done is unforgivable in my situation. If someone who I was very close with decided to just leave me on red while I almost got stabbed to death while I was in the hospital, and especially if it was a parent, I don't know if I would ever talk to that person again. Like, that's fucking awful, So I don't know. I don't want them to reintroduce her and then it's like, oh, we're all happy again at the end of this. No, I'm not going to buy that. So I really hope they don't try to, resolve anything between them. Let's just let that thing be. Maybe Sam and Tara have decided their mom is toxic and they don't want to be around her. And that's okay. That's so fine. It's sad, of course, but it's like, sometimes that's what you got to do. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I think, once again, if Roman didn't exist, if Scream 3 wasn't a thing, sure, I could be into that. I could be down for it. But I just know so many people are going to have an issue with that. And I just don't know if that's the best route for Scream 7 to go down too. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they introduce her mom and she has this crazy fucking motive that's, like, completely different from anything I've ever seen. And it's like, okay, well, see, that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the route they go. Because it kind of seems like they might do the Roman thing where it's like, Sam, ever since me and Billy did it, I've just wanted to kill you for some reason. I don't know. It's I can't get into that. Wrestling God is saying, hey, Jake, I got a question for you. Which type of character would you love to be as in the Scream franchise? Here are the options. Randy type character, or relate to Ghostface killer or victim. I would want to be the killer so bad. Some of you already know that. But yes, I would love to be the killer in a Scream movie. That'd be awesome. Nothing would make me happier. And kind of made that happen already, too, which was pretty fun. Pretty fun time. Getting all gross. Watch Red Right Hand if you haven't seen it. There you go. Gashead 654321. What's up, Gashead? How's it going? Are you Fast and Furious franchise fan? Gashead? Gearhead? I don't know. Saying, finally got back to watching my favorite horror content creator as I live in the UK. Well, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Hope you're all good, Jake. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty fantastic. By the way, what's your opinion on Five Nights at Freddy's movie? It's going to be 3 hours. It's going to be 3 hours long. Dude, I couldn't tell you. I think that this is this is one of those things where I can get into a movie that is 3 hours long. I'm down for it, personally. Like me, I think it's going to be awesome. But once again, going back to what we were just saying, we don't want things beyond the fourth wall to affect our overall movie too much. We don't want to let people, we don't want, you can't just listen to one tweet from somebody who's saying, well, this movie is awful for this reason. You can't just be like, okay, well, that person's right, I'm going to change everything. You can't do that. If Scott Cawthon wants the Five Nights at Freddy's movie to be 3 hours long, there's a reason for it. When it comes out, we'll see if that reason was necessary, but maybe it needed to be 3 hours long. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence about it. It's a PG-13 movie, which has me thinking it's going to be, mostly young people seeing this. So I don't know if they're going to be down for a 3-hour Five Nights at Freddy's film. I think it should be 90 minutes, no more than that, personally. But I'm excited to see it. If it's kick-ass, I'm here for it. I think it should be R-rated if it's going to be 3 hours, personally, but I'm down for it. We'll see. We'll have to see about it. Gashead, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. And a favorite horror content creator. Jeez, I just feel all giddy on the inside now, all fuzzy. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Sam's evil big brother, Alan. Oh, God. Oh, man. Billy had another kid in the span of 9 months. He was just blowing loads left and right. I don't want to see that. Come on, man. Billy couldn't have had 2 kids. He had so much going on in that year. Jeez, my man was busy. Parker CS is saying, why don't people want to take chances on R-rated horror movies anymore, or for any genre for that movie, for movies for that matter? People are coming around. I mean, there's a lot of folks that for years have been saying, original horror is dead. And I get it. I get why people are saying that, because, the things that production companies want to spill a bunch of marketing into is already established IPs. I mean, something like Scream is, of course, going to make money at the box office when they make the 5th film in that franchise. But if they were to make, a new movie about a killer who references horror movies or whatever, and that was just its own simple IP, that's some similar to Scream, but not the same thing, it might not do as well. You never know. Like, look at Somebody's Inside Your House from Patrick Brice on Netflix. Like, that movie, in my opinion, it's pretty up there. Like, I would say it's up there with Scream 5 in terms of quality, but you don't hear people raving about it, we have people on the internet today still talking about Scream 5 and Scream 6 and super excited for Scream 7, and I'm one of them. But I also like that movie on Netflix, too. There's a lot of great original horror out there. Some people just don't want to go check it out because, once again, we don't market these things anymore because, it's just not as profitable as something like a franchise continuation. Of course, you're going to do the easier thing versus the harder thing. It's just how it is. But I think the road less traveled is one that we should go down sometimes, because that's why the 80s were so fucking good. That's why the 90s were so fucking good. And then, the thousands kind of did the remake thing and whatever. There's still great movies from all these time periods, but the focal point has shifted. That's the only thing that's changed. There's still original horror. The only thing that's changed is the focal point has gone from what's the next big horror movie to what's the next big continuation. And I think that's what people are really upset about. But I don't know. I take chances on R-rated movies. I'm very excited for them. And I encourage you to, too. If you see a movie that sounds interesting to you, go check it out. That Cobweb movie or whatever that just came out on VOD, I got to watch that this weekend. That's probably fucking awesome. I've heard, rave reviews about it. And I hear, only a couple people talking about it in, the horror space. And I think that's a shame, because it seems really fucking cool. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. But yeah, take chances on movies, especially original IPs, because if you feel that way, that, oh man, original horror is dead. If you feel that way, I'm telling you it's not. Go watch, some of my favorite horror movies from this year have been original movies. Talk to Me, Infinity Pool, fucking Megan. All 3 of those I think were kick ass. So check these out, take a chance on them, say fuck it sometimes. If you love movies, go see some continuations. Why not? Might be fun. Sierra is with us tonight. What's up? What's up? Hi, Jake. Is the only horror lover in my circle of friends and And family, I freaking love these streams. Good. I'm so glad, Sierra. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you got anything horror related, you gotta just get it out there. You're like, ugh, no one will listen to me about blank. Throw it out there. I got you. I got you. Very nice. Very nice. Thanks for being here, Sierra. I appreciate you. Hollywood Guy's throwing $5 in there. Hollywood Guy, you're killing it tonight. You're the MVP of the stream. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Saying, I think they should keep Scream fresh, new character and story. I will take a conclusion with 7, but that's it. I agree with you. And, it's not because I don't like these characters. I say this all the time, and I think people might, misconstrue it and say like, oh, wow, Jake just hates Sidney Prescott and, oh, Gale Weathers, gross. What an awful character. No, I don't feel that way at all. I love these characters, but you can also have a character just outstay their welcome, and I love these characters, but what happens when we have nothing to do with them anymore? I felt that way about Scream 6. I'm like, Gale is only here to bring, past people to the theater. That's the only reason I feel like she was in that film, and that kind of makes me sad. I don't want to see that happen to Sidney Prescott either. Gale's my favorite character in the franchise. I'm a little harsh on her portrayal in Scream 6, honestly. I don't think it's that bad. It's just, it feels unnecessary. So I want to see Scream just go down a fresh route where we can have a murder mystery where it's people killing each other again and it's really mysterious. You have no idea who the fuck it is. Like, that's what's so good about that original movie. And I've said this so many times in so many different ways, but another thing I like to point out is like Sidney Prescott, Gale Weathers, Dewey, Randy, all these characters were original at one point. They were not considered legacy characters. So to get that status with new characters, we have to invest our time in new characters. Imagine if Screams 5 and 6 solely focused on the core 4. I guarantee you half of the people that like hate Mindy and hate Jenna Ortega's Tara, which there are people out there who don't like either of those characters. Well, some people don't like any of the core 4 too, but guarantee you that would be reduced significantly if they had just focused all their time on those characters. Like, another way to spin it too is imagine if in the original Scream movie, for randomly for no reason, they just decided to focus on Sidney's dad for an entire scene getting kidnapped by Ghostface. That's totally unnecessary, right? Well, the thing with that is like, yeah, it is. And you wouldn't need to show that. But sometimes we do show things like that because it involves a legacy character. It means more screen time for someone that's like, oh, man, we love this character so much. I want to see more of him. But if Sidney's dad was a legacy character, so to say, they would have done something like that. And I think that kind of motivation for writing in characters or writing in characters like for an entire scene based on a character just to be like, this person was here, feels unnecessary, feels sloppy. I think about that scene in Fast X where, Pete Davidson just shows up for no fucking reason. And the only reason that scene is in the movie is to have Pete Davidson in the movie. It's like that to me. It's like, we don't need this though to tell a story. We don't need this for a good story. And I love Sidney, I love Gale, I love Dewey, but I just, sometimes these characters either need to die or not be in the movies anymore if we're going to continue the franchise. It's sad. I don't want to kill Gale or Sidney, but it's like, would you rather them just keep coming back for movies and they're just like, they just suck, like Gale's not the best character in Scream 6. I don't feel that way about some of the past films. I think she's one of the best parts of Scream 2. So to me, it's like that actually makes it worse for the characters. It's not that I hate the characters. It's that I love these people so much. I don't want them to be portrayed incorrectly or in a way that I just, don't care for, that fans won't really dig. I don't want that. You guys don't want that. So yes, it might seem appealing to be like, yeah, let's get Gale and Sidney back in there, but will it work for the story? Will it serve the story? That is the end all be all when it comes to making a good movie. Does it serve the story? Does it work? Is it fun? You can have fun little character moments too, and that can serve the story even if it doesn't push the plot forward, but it's gotta serve, well, I've already said it enough times. But yeah, I'm expecting 7 to be a conclusion to the legacy story. Let's call it that. Core 4 story is over. Story with our legacy characters is over. And then I think for the next film, we just do a hard reset. Call it Ghostface, just brand new characters, brand new town. Ghostface is still present. We still have the same old setup and all that, but new characters. And that way it's more mysterious. We have characters right now that there's no way it would make sense for them to be Ghostface at this point. So what if we get back to it? What if we get back to Ghostface being anybody in the room, versus just this small group of people like in Scream 6? That's just my thoughts. Once again, still love Scream 6. but it has its issues, just like a lot of the films in this franchise. But I love them. Oh God, do I love them. Even Scream 3, even you, buddy. I love ya. But Hollywood Guy, thank you for the $5, my friend. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. Sorry about the rant. Kevin Ramos is saying, are you a fan of WWE? If you are, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? I'm not like crazy into it. My buddy is though, and he's trying to get me into it. Shout out to you, Jackson, if you're out there. But yeah, I'm trying to think like off the top of my head. I don't know too many of them. I have seen videos of LA Knight, and I think he's pretty funny. He does the yeah thing or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny. I see the appeal for it too. I've never really been into wrestling, but like I get why it's a thing. I get why people dig it. So I don't know. It's never really been my cup of tea. It's very much so an acquired taste. I think even wrestling fans would agree with that. But I don't know. I have watched a little more of it in the past like three months or whatever, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I get why there's an appeal for it. It's the same reason we play Mortal Kombat, right? You know, to beat the shit out of each other and do fatalities. You know, it's kind of the same appeal, I feel. So it's interesting. Once again, not super into it, but I think it's cool that it has a crazy following. It's also like there's a reason I love like outrageous horror movies where it's like, here's this ridiculous plot with like some crazy bullshit, but then sometimes we apply reality to that. And I love shit like that. That's why the first Insidious is like one of my favorite horror movies, because when you look at it on paper, the first Insidious is fucking ridiculous, but that's why it's great. And then they throw humanity into it big time. So it's the general concept, right? Is, hey, your son has floated off into another dimension and basically his body is going to be taken over by a demon. That's ridiculous. That's almost like fuel for a Meat Canyon video in a lot of ways. But they throw that into a human story that works so well because you have Patrick Wilson, fucking Rose Byrne, I couldn't think of her name, great actresses and actors there portraying this plotline, and you buy it because of that. That's why I love that movie so much, because it's ridiculous when you write it down on paper. Like, this is almost stupid. It's so ridiculous, but it's done so well and it's so carefully crafted that's why it works for me. And that is like that's my cup of tea. That is my disgusting rats swimming in it cup of tea that I love so much. Give me some green goo and some blood and guts. That's my favorite. It's my favorite kind of movies. Parker wants a Stranger Things anthology TV series. I could be into that. Would it always have to involve like the Upside Down though? I'm curious about that. Or maybe like where characters are years after things. I don't know. Mr. L spitting some facts here. Danny Johnson has nothing to do with the Scream story, yet his lore is amazing. We could absolutely reset. Oh, Mr. L, if you were here, I would give you the crispiest high five. Like, I don't even think that's a word. The most crisp high five a human being could give to another. Because yes, I couldn't agree more with that. Hard restart. Let's set this bad boy in Florida and do fucking Scream with Danny Johnson. Oh, that would be so good. Oh, I would be losing my mind. Cumming my pants, shitting my pants. I'd have to change my pants, pretty much, is what I'd have to tell you. John Cena should have starred in the remake of The Invisible Man. Yeah. Because you can't see him. That's so funny. Old School, I got something really funny about this, actually. I had never heard of the sequels to Joyride. I didn't know there were any. And I randomly picked one up the other day. It was like $2 at this like video store I go to. I'm like, fuck yeah, $2 for like a Blu-ray? Sure. So I got Joyride 3. I have not seen it, but I'm excited to watch it. I can't wait. I hear there's some great gore in it too, which has me excited. Henley Cisco is saying, "Hey, leave me alone. You are horrible." Well, this escalated quickly. My lord. I'm so sorry, Henley. I'm so sorry if I've offended you with my jokes of cum and poop, but that's kind of the vibe around here. If there was a Killjoy Jake candle, it would smell like cum and poop. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, Truth or Dare remake. Was there a remake to that? Holy shit. Must have missed that. Jake, will you watch a Hostel remake? Ooh, I don't know about that. Hostel's very specific. I don't know if that needs to be remade. You know, it's really good. I think it's a badass movie. That's what she said. Hey, great point, but let's talk about this. Wearing a Ghostface costume in Florida, my God, that would be hot. It's hot up in here. Dude, I remember filming Red Right Hand in that costume, and I was in that thing for 10 hours one time. And I have a picture of myself where I'm wearing, because like Jamie always wears that stab shirt or the wife beater. There's no in between with him. I was wearing that shirt underneath it, and there's like, I have pitters going on. There is fucking sweat all down my back. I'm covered in blood and Mountain Dew because of, the scene. If you know, you know. Holy shit, that thing's hot. But you can still do Ghostface in tropical setting. Like, I mean, there's always going to be a place with air conditioning to do a chase scene. You know what I mean? You can have nighttime sequences on the beach. I've pitched an idea for a chase scene down the beach with Ghostface at night, which would be awesome. That would be your like opening kill. That would be so sick. Because it's always in a house. It's always in a house. It's always somewhere like that. Establish your Florida Scream movie outside. That would be fucking crazy because that's not what you would expect, right? That's your first thought. You're like, Ghostface in Florida? That doesn't work. It would be way too hot. But what if it was at night? You immediately tell the audience, hey, we figured out ways for this to work, and it's going to be fucking good. I love that though. That's a great point. That's a great point. You gotta make that point with something like that. You gotta think about that. Locked is throwing $5 out there. What's up, Locked? Holy shit. How's it going? Welcome. Locked pops in every now and then, and it always makes my day. Thanks for being here, my friend. Thank you. Saying, hot take, Jason Lives may just be my favorite slasher of the 80s. Tommy and Megan are fantastic opposites, I agree, and it makes the best of a B-movie franchise. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, I fuck with that. I have my criticisms of the film, but the first half of that is excellent. Like, it's so silly, it's so captivating too. It's a very different Friday the 13th film. And I think I look at like Friday the 13th Part 5 and Part 6, and there are elements to 5 that are really goofy and silly. And honestly, I laugh at that movie. I think it's really funny. But you get into Jason Lives, and it fully accepts the fact that, hey, we're just doing silly shit at this point. We're like, fuck it. We're going to throw a guy against a tree, and his face is going to break, and it's going to leave a fucking smiley face. Does it make any sense? No, but we don't give a shit about that at this point. This is Friday the 13th, Part 6, and holy shit, we're just going to do whatever the hell we want. They made, like, so many of those in the 80s. They made 8 of those in, like, 10 years. That's crazy. Crazy shit. I love that they got experimental with it. I know so many people are like, man, I hate when franchises live too long, and they turn crazy. I love that shit though. I love when franchises live that long and turn into something like where you're just forced to be super creative. Even if, you can look at that as ruining the original, you can. But I point to franchises like Friday all the time when people say they don't like long franchises. Like, in my opinion, most of the sequels top that original. And it's because you were forced to get so creative in the later films. Like, Friday the 13th could have just been a standalone movie from 1980 that was like one of the big slashers from the time, and that could have been it. But because of the franchise, it's so much bigger than that. Because of the franchise, we have things like Jason, which we wouldn't have if there was just that one movie. It would just be Pamela Voorhees we all knew from that film. So I don't know. Me personally, I love when franchises just keep going. And I hate to admit it, but even Fast and Furious. Dude, Fast X is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in the best way possible. There's no in between with that film. It is either a 10 out of 10 or a 0 out of 10. And I don't know. It is just so entertaining. It's so silly. It's ridiculous. That's, Jason Lives kind of captures that vibe for me too. And I love that. I love that shit. I love movies like that. So I don't know. Me personally, keep them franchises going. Let's see what happens. Let's see how weird it can really get. Because, man, I love me a weird movie. I don't like movies that are, just kept in a box. Let that shit fly. Let that shit be free. Get it out of the box. Have it fly around and take a shit in the parking lot. I don't know. Talking about franchises like they're seagulls. Hot. Locked. I was going to say hot, but that's not right. Locked. Thank you for the $5, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Barry is asking, what's a more crazier motive to what we've already seen in the franchise so far, Jake? So I've pitched a couple on this page. One of my favorite ones is just a Ghostface who wants to do it for the sake of doing it. I'm just a big fan of Ghostface. Fuck those stupid movies. I wanted to experience it myself. That's a whole movie, in my opinion. You could have a whole movie based around that. Just people who have the stranger's motive. They just are doing it to do it because it's fun. Looks fun. I wanted to kill some people. That's scary as fuck. I love that shit. I also think that we could do a motive where it's just cleaning up from the past, which I think would be perfect for the, finale, so to say. of Scream. Like, let's say Scream 7 is treated as the final chapter, which it never is, let's be honest. It's never the final chapter. Not when there's money to still be made. I say they do a motive that fits into that theme. So something that would work with that is a Ghostface killer who wants to kill everybody who's still alive who was involved with a previous murder in order to stop the Ghostface killings. It could be something like this is a relative character, but it would be different, and that's why I like it. It could be a relative to a character who has died in the past, maybe in the last 2 movies, who's like, well, I'm cleaning up business. I don't want anyone else to die, so I have to kill all of you so that no one else wants to seek retribution as a Ghostface killer. That could be fun too. There's so many different ideologies that Ghostfaces could have, so many theories people have on this crazy shit. That's why I think it would be a lot of fun to do something like that. But there's plenty of motives that we have not explored. I mean, there are other horror movies out there where there's killers with different motives, right? Why can't we apply something like that to Scream? Every motive kind of boils down to, there's like essentially only 3 Scream motives at this point. Revenge, I want to be famous, I want the stab movies to be better. That's really it. That's all it boils down to. So we can branch outside of that, I think. I think there's so much more room to work. We could have at least like 2-3 more motives to talk about with the franchise before we're really done with this shit. Ty, you're the best. Saying your live is more important to me. Your review ain't going anywhere. I want to be in the here and the now. Ty, I love it. I love that thought, man. Thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate you. That's great. That's great. You got to live in the here and the now, man. You got to do. You can't be missing out on shit. I love it, Ty. Thanks for being here, my friend. Appreciate you. Ghostface in the snow? Hell yeah, Vinny. I'm all about that. I think that would be fun. Haunting You saying get rid of the robe, a sparkle fabric jacket, and black pants. That could be cool. Danny Johnson does have like that tactical costume too, which would be perfect, I think, for like a Florida set Scream movie. The only issue is you'd have to cover up like all of the entire body with the costume, whatever it is, however you spin it in a new way. But I'm here for a Ghostface redesign. I really liked what they did in Scream 6. It was a simple thing too, just different mask, just old decrepit mask. And yes, is it ripping off Halloween 2018 a little bit? Sure. Yeah, you can make that argument all day. You're right. Okay. Yeah, you snobs. You're all right. Okay. You're all right. But it was cool and I liked it because I'm a fan and I like that shit. Oh, I really want a zombie Ghostface robe too. Look, I got the Michael from Halloween Kills. I mean, like, I love that shit. It's awesome. Of course I'm gonna like that. Mr. L, thank you for the $5, my friend. I really appreciate you. Saying, we know of slashers that almost didn't happen. Ever thought about any potential lost gold mines that never came to be? I think about that shit all the time. Mr. L, you're picking my brain right now. I think about, like, I look at movies that are underground too. Like, I'll look at something like Triangle or The Rise of Leslie Vernon. That's a slasher. Let's talk about that. These movies are so good, but they just didn't hit at the time or something. Sometimes they're too advanced, they're too like, they hit at the wrong time. Triangle, I think, is a perfect example of that. If Triangle came out in 2018 and it was produced by like something like, I'm trying to think. Like A24. If A24 did Triangle, that movie came out in like 2017, let's say, that would have been a huge fucking hit. But it came out in 2009, and that just wasn't the vibe of horror at the time. It wasn't, these deep thinkers that are trying to do something like really different and challenge formula. Triangle does that, and I think it's great. It's a masterpiece. It's so much fucking fun. If you haven't seen that movie, check it out. Don't get it spoiled. Read nothing about it. Nothing. Go into it blind. And if you read something about it, just like Hollywood Guy, I'm going to shit on your windshield. But check that movie out. It's great. I think about that shit all the time, though. I'm like, these are horror masterpieces that just people don't appreciate or don't consider. I put them up there, much higher than some of the Friday the 13th movies, and everyone knows those, like a lot of movies that come out, I put higher than that. But that's just up to you, as a horror fan. You got to go out there and find these lost gems that are out there. Go on Tubi. I shit on Tubi in my review today, which made me kind of sad. I shouldn't have done that. I love Tubi. It's like my favorite streaming service right now. But a lot of great free stuff on there and a lot of good movies. A lot of underground shit that's like really, really well done, but no one really seems to check it out. So check out that underground shit. Try it out, because it's good. A lot of it is good. Some of it's bad, but some of it's good. And it's worth it for the gems, baby. It's worth it. But I do think about that all the time. What about movies that, never happened? What if a movie came out in like the 1980s that, besides the ones that we already have, changed the face of horror. Like, how could it have been completely different? I think about that all the time. It fascinates me. I also think about like what's to come, what's to come next. Like what's the next phase of horror where it's rarely not based on something that's going on in the world today. And there's a lot of, new developments, a lot of history that's happening in the past, 3-4 years that I think is really interesting. Will that affect horror? I'm excited to see if it does. Horror has become a lot more bleak though, I will say. Like the 80s is a little more optimistic with it, but you watch something like, I'm just trying to think of a good example. Like Hereditary, something like that wasn't necessarily the vibe of like the 80s, more or less. It was a lot funner. It was sillier. It was like, oh shit, this is crazy. All this crazy stuff is happening. But then, nowadays it's a little darker and depressing for, well, things I won't get into here. But I think that's interesting. I think that's interesting that the time and how people look at things, like if it's politically, if it's just based on the people around you in the moment. Like we focus horror on things like that. And I think that's interesting. Current events, so to say. So some people like to say, horror movies were never political. You're wrong, Jake. Like why do they throw politics into horror movies nowadays? And it's like, they've always done that. Black Christmas, 1974, a feminist masterpiece. It is. Watch it again. Watch it again. That's all I'm going to say. But Mr. L, I love that. I could talk about this crazy philosophical shit all day. I love it. Thank you for the $5, my friend. Thank you. My chunky Jordy has just become a Ghostface member. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm going to do, I don't know what my review is going to be yet, but I will have it probably out. Next week's going to be tough. Probably the week after next is when I got something coming for you. So I appreciate you for the support. Thank you so much. And we got a free glass of Kool-Aid for you with every membership. So go ahead, sip on it. There's nothing else in it. I make that joke on every single stream, and God damn it, I'm going to keep going. but thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. Will Saw X be good? I fucking hope so. It looks great. I got some high expectations, and maybe I shouldn't have them that high, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. Slick Ninja is saying, I just noticed your shirt. It's old Greg. I can't do the voice. I'm old Greg. There we go. Kinda. If you guys haven't seen, I wore this shirt because I talked about the last voyage of the Demeter today. Check out my review. Pretty fun stuff there. Even though I was kind of nasty about it. But I was like, I got to wear something related to that. I didn't have a shirt for the fog. I was like, kind of reminded me of the fog a little bit. But I decided old Greg would be the case because he appears in his little short on a boat. Out on a misty lake, and he talks about his mangina. So I think that's pretty cool. If you've seen Old Greg, it's pretty awesome. It's one of those weird things that just exists and it doesn't make any fucking sense, but I love it. Wait, what? Locked when Jake is just popping off and says some I'll shit on your windshield, I'm reminded why the headphones will always stay on for his videos and live streams. Fair point. You know what? Fair point. I've seen people who are like, they'll send me like pictures that like on Twitter or something. They're like, oh, I'm watching Killjoy Jake at work or something. And I'm just like, well, I said some weird ass shit in that video, man. I hope you don't have that on too loud. I always worry about those things. I'm like, oh man, I hope I'm not like outing people, making them seem weird or something. But I do like the joke about poop a whole bunch. I can't help it. It's too much fun. It's way too much fun. Sarah Campbell is throwing $5 Canadian out there. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Saying, ever since you brought up Scream in Florida, I've been crafting an elaborate boat chase through the swamps in my mind. Gators are involved? Gators are involved? Sarah, I want to see your Scream in Florida now. I think you should write it. I'm sold. Gators are biting people? Come on. Oh, fuck yeah. Ghostface pushes someone into a fucking alligator? That would be awesome. Oh my God. Ty West would be so proud. Ty West would be so proud right now. Very nice. Very nice. Hell yeah. Oh, that kicks ass. I am all about, I don't know, Florida Ghostface I think would be a lot of fun. Florida is a scary place right now too. I don't know who lives in Florida, but man, I was there for 5 days and I don't think I've ever been more scared. I feel like it wasn't always that way though. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but man, I went down to Boca to visit a buddy who lives down there back in January, and wow, like scary. Like just a little scary. Just a little like, wow, I never want to be on this highway ever again. Everyone drives like 130 miles per hour there. It's crazy. Scary shit. But Scream in Florida, I'm here for it. Gators, y'all basically have alligators running around. I like that. Little dinosaurs just biting at your butt. It's always fun. Sarah, I'm all about that though. Thank you so much for the $5 and the support. I really appreciate you. Scream in Florida. Let's make that can we make that happen? Come on. Just do it. Villain Killin' Dylan is thrillin', chillin', drillin'. I can't believe I just did that without mistake. Damn. Nice. I'm glad you're here, Dylan. I really appreciate you for hanging out. Thanks for being a Killjoy Call member, too. Thank you. Will I watch The Purge 6? Yeah, absolutely. I will watch all of those damn movies because they're probably just going to keep making them. It's crazy. Mr. L is saying, I'm cautiously optimistic for Saw X. I'm a huge Saw fan, but I never go in with blind hope. No, I don't either. I try not to, but I can't help but get excited about things. As a huge Saw fan myself, this looks good. This looks better than the last two films, and I hope that it is. Jigsaw and Spiral are definitely like my bottom two movies. They're bottoms, okay? But we still love bottoms. So I don't know. I'm expecting Saw X to kick ass. I hope so, but we'll see. We'll see. Cautiously optimistic. I like that. Be cautious. Because you can't go into things and just think and just expect them to be great. You can't. You can't. You can't go into the last voyage of the Demeter and expect The Witch, but you just get the Ouija movie, which is basically, I don't know. It's basically like the Crooked Man movie we never got. It's a Conjuring flick. And I'm just like, really? Like, what? This movie looked so good. This could have been like a great like period piece where it's like, really well done characters and all that. And it's just a PG-13 horror film at the end of the day. I'm like, what? Oh, man. Missed opportunity for sure, but I enjoyed parts of it. It was okay. A lot of people seem to really like it too. I remember seeing a Stephen King tweet like right before I went to the theater to go see it, and it was like, oh, he loved it. Like Stephen King thought it was the best thing ever, and I could not get into it. Just not my cup of tea. Oh. But I won't, no spoilers, of course, but I just felt like it was a PG-13 horror movie. That's kind of what it came off to with me. You want a true sequel to Aliens that ignores Alien 3? I hate what they did to Newt and Bishop. I do too, Parker. I love the director of that movie so much. David Fincher or whatever. Great, he's got an incredible catalog. Don't get me wrong, but that movie is just not good. I'm just not crazy about that. Oh, that one kind of blows. Kind of ruins all the fun from the last two movies, so... Amy, yes, I am aware that the movie is R-rated, but it feels like a PG-13 horror movie. I feel like there's two different entities there. You know what I mean? When you watch like a PG-13 horror in the ways they try to scare you versus something that's like R-rated. There's obviously outliers in both scenarios, but this movie, I felt like it was going to be more akin to something like The Witch from Robert Eggers, where that's like more of a slow burn, focusing on atmosphere and, capturing the time period correctly. This movie didn't really do that. It was just more about like very simple characters in a very simple and predictable space that I just feel like was the wrong move for them. I don't know. I just was not crazy about the approach. I felt like it probably should have been something else. Just would have been, I think it would have been better if they had taken their time, focused on atmosphere a little more, which honestly it does capture pretty decently. But at times I'm just like, this could have been way scarier. Why? Like you're translating every move you're making, like everything that's about to happen, exactly what you think happens. And that's not good writing in my opinion. We almost got a requel to Aliens. Too bad it was canceled. We do have a new Aliens movie coming out, though. A new Alien movie from Fede, my boy, who did Evil Dead 2013 and Don't Breathe, and produced Texas Chainsaw 2022, which we still have not gotten a physical release for. And I'm sad about that. But maybe one day we'll get a fucking, like a box set or something of all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, and that one will be on there. I think about, Paranormal Activity. That's what happened with that franchise. I remember for the longest time, I'm like, I really want to own that seventh film that came out for Paramount. It was like a Paramount Plus exclusive, but then they put out this box set where it was like all 7 of the movies, and that was part of it. I'm like, fuck yeah, finally. So I own that movie. I don't think it's like the best Paranormal Activity movie, but it's fun. I think it's got some really scary moments, and woo, that third act is good too. As far as third acts go in the Paranormal Activity movies, that's one of the better ones in my opinion. So really fun stuff. What do we got going on here? Noah Atkinson is saying, you want Scream 7 to be released specifically on May 30th of 2025. Wow, these are very specific things you want from this. Runtime of 147 minutes, 2 hours 27 minutes, with a tropical setting in Miami, Florida. So I'm all about a long Scream movie. I'm here for it. Like, I'm down for 2.5 hours of Scream. I don't even think fans would be so put off by that. I mean, the last movie was like, not well over, but like a little over 2 hours. I'm here for it. Once again, if it serves the story, cool. Like, I look at something like Host from 2020. That is a 60-minute long movie, and it's perfect. It does not need to be any longer than that. It doesn't need to be any shorter. It's just right. Goldilocks, baby. Every movie needs to be Goldilocks. If it's not 90 minutes, that's fine. If it's 2 hours, that's fine. If it's 3 hours, and it needs to be 3 hours, Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm looking at you, that's fine. We can get into it. There are, like, I bring up my criticisms about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie where I'm like, what the fuck is, why is this 3 hours? This is the certain audience you're targeting here. I don't know if they'll be into 3-hour movies. But I don't know. There's always different factors here. But I think that could work depending on what the movie's all about. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm just excited for it. And I like the 2025 release. That's another thing I want to harp on too. I don't want this movie to come out in 2024. If it comes out then, it might be rushed, and I don't want to see that. It should take you at least a little over a year to make a Scream movie from the day you start filming to the day it releases. And that's, well, maybe not the day you start filming, but still. Take your time. Just, my point is, take your time. I'm hearing rumors that they want to get Scream 7 out by like 2024, and I'm like, that's just not going to happen. We're just not going to get a good product if that's the case. So please we'll wait. We will wait for a better product. That is all good. These are movies, I want to be watching for years to come. So I want them to be good. Take your time. Make it good. You'll make your money. In fact, you'll make even more money too if it's good. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy, which made like $700 million versus fucking Ant-Man, which hardly scraped the surface of maybe 300 million. Ugh. There's a reason, there's a reason for that. Why one made double what the other one did. So quality, baby. You got to have quality these days. Ty is saying, are you open to a sequel or series after Demeter? That's tough because I don't want to spoil anything, but am I really spoiling anything? It's the Dracula story. It's the one part of the Dracula story. If you've seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, you know the plot of the Demeter. You know the plot. It's the same thing. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not going to spoil anything about it. But would I want a continuation? I'm on the fence. I really did not. Once again, I just wasn't crazy about it. I gave it a 2 out of 10, which honestly, the more I think about it, I probably should have given it a 3 out of 10, but in that ballpark. I don't know if I need more of that. I wasn't crazy. The main character I didn't like until the third act, which is like, that's not good. They decided to do character work for like very important baseline character work in the third act of that movie. That is sloppy writing at its finest, in my opinion. I'm just not crazy about that. So I don't know. I just don't think a sequel or a series or something would be of quality, in my opinion, which that's so mean. I hate being mean. But man, I just wasn't crazy about that. Would you say Voyage of the Demeter felt like Aliens, or is that misleading? It felt more like The Thing to me. Like The Thing, Dog Soldiers, those are all good comparisons. And it kind of suffers the same thing as the same reason I'm not crazy about Dog Soldiers is the same reason I'm not crazy about the last Voyage of the Demeter. The characters are just not fleshed out very well, in my opinion. They're all kind of the same. They're all kind of just meh. I don't care. When they die, I was just like, yeah, cool. Like, yeah, of course, they were just meat bags. I like when you build up characters and then you find good places for them to die. You don't go into that thinking it. I go into me writing something, I get a structure, I get an outline, and I have like certain plot beats that I want to hit with characters. And then, sometimes you're writing something and you're like, oh, let's just make more sense if the character died here. But sometimes not so much. In that movie, it just felt like they were like, we want to write death scenes here, 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 and here. We don't care who it is. Let's just kill some random crew members. And I just, I don't know. It's kind of same way I feel about, the structure is very similar in Dog Soldiers, and I'm not crazy about that film either. So I don't know. Yeah, very much so like The Thing, though, in the sense that, very mysterious. We're trapped somewhere at sea opposed to Antarctica, but and Antarctica. Ooh, words. I love that shit. But yeah, Aliens though, I see what you're saying. Like I see what you're saying, but I just think that group dynamic is a little different versus what we got in this film. But that's just my opinion. I see the comparison though, like the group of soldiers going after a bunch of xenomorphs, or well, they didn't think that at first, thought, oh, we lost contact with this civilization. Let's go check it out. Wonder what's going on here. And then they got a face full of xenomorph. The Xenusi, as they say. Gross. I saw a comment from Sarah earlier, but I went on a rant and I forgot to click on it. I'm so sorry. Sarah was saying, listen, this man put a jar of cum in his movie. There was a grussy. I think it's safe to assume the live streams could get weird. Yes. And I wanted to reiterate that because it's always going to get weird around here. What's the fun in not getting weird? That's what I say. Oh, Sarah. Okay. This is another lead in there is I have an early announcement that I'm just too excited to not share with you all. I have a short film coming out at the beginning of October, and I can't wait for you all to see it. I'm super excited. We're going into production very shortly here. I'll have a lot to show you guys very, very soon here, but it's very weird. It's very gross. And I promise you bodily fluids will be had. There will be a lot of bodily fluids. I promise you that. In it. I don't want to tell you anything about the plot or anything yet, but it's a weird one. Again, it's an original this time too. So you guys have seen me do Scream twice now, but now we're tackling an original topic. So something, it's a project we've been working on for like 8 months now, and y'all are finally going to get a taste of what we're working on. So I am so excited. Holy shit. These next couple of months are going to be crazy. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, very fun stuff. See, if you join the lives, you get the updates on the channels. You get the updates on what the fuck is going on. Gotta come to the live streams. It's always fun. Old School is saying Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, is the only one I really rocked with. That's a good one, though. Fucking fantastic. Christopher Landon directed it. What do you know? That one's a lot of fun, though. That's a goofier one for sure, but I really enjoy it. It's got some scary moments, too, when they're in the abandoned apartment or whatever, and the ghost girl or whatever is pulling them in. That's cool. It's scary shit. The ending for that one is really goofy. They're like shooting all the cult members with like the shotgun or whatever. That's crazy. But, good movie, though, nonetheless. I'm not, a lot of those movies I've kind of gotten sick of because I've seen them so many times, but that one is one I come back to a lot. Paranormal Activity 4 is one I come back to a lot for some reason. I don't even think it's that good. I just really enjoy it for some reason. But I'm trying to think, like 2's a good one. 3, I'm on the fence about. 1, I kind of don't like anymore. I think that Micah is such an annoying character. I just can't watch that one anymore because of him. Trying to think what else. Ghost Dimension is unwatchable. I don't recommend that. And then not marked ones. Next of Kin is the 7th film that I feel like there's something special about it. It's not a Paranormal Activity movie, like at all. In no sense of the word. It's just a really good found footage movie. It feels like a long VHS segment is kind of how I feel about it. It feels like a long segment of one of those movies where it's found footage. It's some crazy, bullshit happening, but it's not scary in the same way that Next of Kin is. And yeah, Amy, this is another thing that I really wasn't crazy about this comment. Jason Blum said some nasty things about that movie, and I think that's so weird. Like, in my opinion, that film is leagues better than some of the other things Blumhouse has put out, and I just remember that comment being very strange. But I'm also not saying it's the best thing they put out either. It's it's got problems, but it's got some cheesy things that I'm not crazy about. They do this like slow motion camera thing that's like kind of annoying, but I still enjoy it. I still really enjoy that one. The third act is so much fun. Like, it's just so chaos. It's chaos, pure chaos. That's my favorite genre of movie is chaos. I love that shit. I personally am more of a fan of the more subtle Paranormal Activity movies, like kind of like the first one a bit more. I will say, as far as pacing goes, the first one's probably the best. The character, Micah, whatever. That guy annoys me. It's like, dude, none of this would have happened if you would have just, chilled the fuck out. But, yeah, I don't know. You like the first 3 Paranormal Activity movies? Okay. I know it's a very divisive franchise. Some people are like not crazy about those at all, but I don't know. I've always had a taste for them for some reason. But They're fun. I also, found footage movies and slasher movies to me are like candy. Like I can just keep watching those. Like those are always good. If I'm gonna watch like a psychological thriller or something like that, I gotta sit down. I gotta sit down and be like, okay, here we go. Let's get into this shit. But if I'm with friends or something and we want to put on a horror movie, I typically choose like a slasher or found footage, just something that's a little more, like easy to watch. It's chill, it's fun, it's silly. I've been showing my buddy the VHS movies lately, and he's like, "What the fuck, man? These are so messed up," but they're fun. Perry Moberg's throwing $5 in there. Perry, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, my friend. Saying, any word on Brandon Cronenberg's next movie? I simply can't wait for his next one. I am right there with you, Perry. Holy shit. The man has had a killer track record. Antiviral from, I believe, 2012. Solid movie. Very fun. I really like it. But then he tops himself big time with fucking Possessor. Possessor is so good from 2020. I was blown away by that. I saw that in a middle of nowhere theater during the summer of the pandemic, which was so weird. Like, I hadn't left the house in so long. Like it had been fucking months since I did anything. And I went out, I masked up, I was freaking out. I'm like, I cannot get sick. I'm freaking the hell out. And went to this movie with like two of the people I was staying with at the time. And oh my God, it's so enjoyable, especially after just being, like crowded in a little house for so long. It was like, oh, it's nice to get out and just see something. It was great. And then Infinity Pool is like my favorite horror film of the year, which was so good. So I cannot wait for his next thing. But what I will say, Perry, is we haven't heard anything about it yet, but how he typically announces his shit is like, basically when it's done, you're going to know something about it. Like 3 months before its release, you'll get some kind of announcement or whatever. So we'll know soon. We probably won't see anything, with the writer's strike and everything. We probably won't see anything until like 2025 from the man at the earliest, I would imagine. But, we'll just have to see. I'm so excited. Whatever it is, I will watch it day one. I don't care. Like whatever it's about, there are some directors that I'm just sold on. Whatever they do, I'm going to watch it. And he's one of them right now. So yes, I cannot wait for this, whatever disgusting masterpiece he has up next for us. Can't wait for it. Infinity Pool is so good for so many reasons. It feels so cathartic. It's just like, it's all about Brandon Cronenberg too, but it's not at the same time. It has so much to say, and the concept lends itself to both avenues. And I just think that's so fucking cool. So love Brandon Cronenberg movies. If you haven't seen Infinity Pool yet, watch it. Just do yourself a favor and watch that weird ass fucking movie. Perry, thank you for the $5, my friend. I really appreciate you. I'm right there with you, dude. The moment something drops about that, I will drop everything I'm doing and fucking talk about that shit. Oh, very good. Familiar Haunting You's throwing $10 in there. Holy shit. Thank you, my friend. I've just sent out a little something for you too. So, hopefully you're getting that soon. Haunting You saying familiar with, Ennis Crossed comic. He wanted to, what is this? He didn't want it, watered down and it never happened. I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. Honestly, I don't know. I know Garth Ennis. Sorry, my bad. I had a burp. I'm just gonna be so real with you. I don't care how gross that is. I already talked about like pooping and coming in my pants. I can burp on stream, so this is Garth Ennis. I'm assuming you mean Garth Ennis's comic Cross. I've never heard of this, honestly. He wanted to make a live action series to it. Didn't want it watered down, and it never happened. That's really interesting. I know this is the same creator as like The Boys. I believe The Punisher. I know for sure The Preacher because I love that show. Preacher is so good. I've never heard of this one though. Crossed. I'll have to look into this. He's made so many things that I'm so interested in that I want to read more about. I got to read Preacher, like those comics, because that show is so well done. And I read about like the differences from like the show to from the graphic novel, and I have to just sit down and read those. But wow, this is interesting. I'm sure, with how popular all of his other shit is, this will probably blow up as well. I'm very happy for The Boys being so popular, but I feel like Preacher is leagues better. Like if you like The Boys, like, the fucking awesome show, don't get me wrong. Anthony Stark and Jack Quaid, all the Carl Urban, like so good on that show. It's amazing. Horror and superheroes, a great mix. I fucking love it. But Preacher, in my opinion, is even better. Like the characters just have this wonderful dynamic. Cassidy is one of my favorite vampires in a show like ever. Oh my God. The way Cassidy is introduced in that fucking show is amazing. Like it is one of the best introductions to a character I've ever seen. In a TV show. Let's be fair, in a TV show. But Season 3 of that show is one of the greatest things I've ever watched. Like, it is just so fucking awesome. I don't know. It's so good. But I'll have to look into this because I love his work. I really love what Garth, what he makes typically. So I'll have to look into this. Crossed. Gotcha. I don't know anything about this. I'll have to check it out. But Haunting You, thank you for the $10, my friend. Thank you. I want to see all of his shit come to life because wow, he makes some good stuff. Jeremy Brown. Sometimes my mouth works slower than my brain. Jeremy Brown is throwing $5 Canadian in there. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Saying, have you seen In the Mouth of Madness with Sam Neill? Also love your streams. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I own it. Really good movie. Really enjoy that one. It's a crazy one. You know, that's a John Carpenter movie I wouldn't recommend to everybody, but I really enjoy it personally. It's a weird one. You know, I know I'll do reviews for these weird ass movies and people are like, oh, I don't know, man. That was too weird. It was too fucking weird. This is one that's maybe too fucking weird, but I really enjoyed it. I was like, really interesting. A bit of a commentary on Stephen King, which I think is interesting. And Sam Neill movies, I'm fucking there day one. Like anything my man's in, I'm in for it. Trying to think like Event Horizon is another good one, like very akin to this, but yeah, no, in the Mouth of Madness is great. It's a top 10 for John Carpenter movies in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. It once again really weird, but really good, very satisfying movie with a crazy ending. If you've ever seen that meme of the guy who's sweating and watching popcorn, like all excited, like he's watching something, that's Sam Neill in the Mouth of Madness. So I love that. It's a killer flick. Well, one of my favorite Sam Neill roles, actually. Probably. Yeah. I mean, Jurassic Park is number 1. Come on. But that's maybe my number 2. I mean, he's really good in that. So, Jeremy, thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate that, my friend. I got to watch that one again. I bought it, watched it, and I've only seen it once, but maybe I'll check it out again. Sarah Campbell's throwing $2 out there. Thank you. Apparently, Dark Castle is doing a 13 Ghosts series. Yeah, this is interesting. I hear that it's more like focused on like different ghosts all around the world. Like I think that was kind of like what I had read about it. I was gonna do a short about it today. I just kind of ran out of time. Lots of meetings, lots of shit we're talking about behind the scenes right now. So yes, I gotta look into this. Doing a 13 Ghosts series. I'm gonna look into that. I want to talk about that maybe tomorrow or something. So very cool. I'm all about that. Not the original 13 Ghosts, but the remake from I believe the early thousands with Matthew Lillard, old Stu Macher in another movie besides Scream. He's great in that movie in the remake of that one. Really good stuff. I also just love the setting for the majority of that movie. It's this fucking glass house and it's got all these like shit written on it so the ghosts can't like escape. It's a ghost prison essentially. Like what a cool setting for a fucking movie. It's a really unique film. I don't know if you've never seen it. I recommend it. I did a review for Patreon a little while back, so that's on there if you're like, ooh, wonder what Jake's Patreon's all about. There you go. Got a little special nasty review on there. So check it out. Also, another thing I want to announce as well. Sarah, thank you for the 2. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Another thing I want to talk about too is Jason and Freddie tier patrons are going to start to see videos early, like at least a day early moving forward. I'm going to start doing like a video essay every couple of weeks, like probably at least every 2 weeks. I might do one like a week, but I want to do like this big video essay like every week because I'm just like I'm doing like reviews and stuff and it's fun, but I'm noticing that the algorithm tends to favor like longer content, like longer form evergreen content. So I'm trying to make more stuff like that. So I'm working on like weird video essays on like crazy topics for things. So you guys will be able to see those early, which is going to be nice. Whole day early. So that's going to be fun. I'm excited to start doing that. Michael Parton's hanging out with us. What's up? The last voyage of the Demeter is dumpster juice. That was kind of my take on it. I'm hearing a lot of people with the opposite take though, which I think is great. I love when people enjoy movies. That one was not for me. Wasn't crazy about how the characters were set up. I don't know. Wasn't really my cup of tea, but that is very cool though. Last voyage of the Demeter. I thought, I don't know. It had this vibe to it that I really liked. It had so much going for it, and it just didn't fulfill all the cool things I thought it was going to be. I mean, fucking, you're getting hunted by Dracula on an old ship. Like that's fucking awesome. There's so much stuff that I feel like I don't know. I feel like it should have been way better, but it was just middle of the road. It felt like it was set up like a PG-13 horror film, like a Conjuring flick or something. And I was just like, seriously? Like, what? That's crazy. Black Mirror made an episode on you, like the Streamberry thing from season 6. That would be horrifying. Killjoy Jake is awful. Oh man, that'd be crazy. Terrifier 3 will be honestly awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. Very good stuff. I'm excited for it. Mr. L is also saying the reviews I've seen so far have the same opinion as you. Oh, okay, cool. Then again, I haven't seen too many yet. So the ones that I've seen at least, I'm trying to think. I saw Jeremy John's review, he was a little more mixed on it. I really like Jeremy John's. I think he's underrated. Stephen King praised the hell out of it. I saw a lot of like the Bloody Disgusting people really liked the film. It just wasn't for me though, personally. Oh shit. Look at that. Critical Overlord. What's up, man? How's it going? What's up? Saying, I'll be sending you the Scream 6 script pages that reveal what the Baileys had planned for Sydney. Oh, shit. I've heard a little bit about this. They wanted to, like, go after her after the events of this film or whatever, right? It was something like that. I read a bit about that. That's really interesting. Very cool stuff. Very cool. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I'm very, very excited to see all that. I've seen a lot of like little posts about the Scream 6 like deleted scenes and stuff, and some of the other things they had planned that got cut or whatever, or didn't get filmed. I don't know, but I think that's cool. Very cool stuff. I'm excited to look into it. Very good stuff. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. I was joking around about the Nun 2 with Critical Overlord earlier. we're me and him are both super excited for it. We it's our most highly anticipated film of the rest of the year for sure. Sam Carpenter is here, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a celebrity. Holy shit, look at that. What's up, Sam? How's it going? Welcome. You love my hair? Thank you so much. Don't stab me to death, please. Thanks for being here, my friend. I appreciate you. The crap too. Yes. I'm not. I gotta be real. I love the Conjuring universe. I do, but man, you want to talk about outstaying its welcome? We were talking about that earlier, my friend. And geez. Hey, you know what? Maybe it's fucking awesome. Maybe it's like the best shit ever. Like I hope it is. I hope it's better than the last one. But I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, but you got to go into everything open-minded, you got to hope that it's good, but the Nun 2, I don't know. Not sure about that one. Hollywood Guy, what's up, my friend? Thanks for the $5. Really appreciate you. Saying, Jake, will we get an explanation on the Psycho Girl in Terrifier 3? Ooh, yeah, I'm all about, just showing us another peek behind the curtain. I always like that shit. I always like seeing another peek behind the curtain, but I don't want to know everything about the little pale girl. Don't give me everything, because clearly she plays a big role in whatever, Art the Clown situation is, bringing him back to life at the end of Terrifier 2, essentially. Once again, all theories, but she picks up the head, right? Victoria Hayes then gives birth to the head. Something happened. There's a missing link there, Yeah, it's like the underpants gnomes from South Park. They're like, steal underpants, step 2. Step 3, profit. There's something's missing there, underpants gnomes. What's going on? I don't necessarily know if I want that answered yet, though. Maybe a little, like I said, a little peek behind the curtain. Give me a little slice of that, tiny slice of that pumpkin pie, but not the whole thing. So I'm excited to see what does get explained in the film and what doesn't. Damien recently said that the dad character will be explored a little more in Terrifier 3. So I'm excited to learn a little more about that. Once again, I stand by my opinion. Don't show too much. Don't show me the whole painting. Just another brush stroke. That'd be really cool. So I'm excited to see what they spell out for us in the next film. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for the $5, my friend. Appreciate you. Critical Overlord saying I have bad news, but stay open-minded. Dude, if you tell me that Scream 7 is just gonna be Scream 3 again, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm gonna shit my pants with anger. That's oh God. Nothing would make me more sad. It is I, Romanina, and I am here to kill you, Sam. I'm your long lost sister, and I don't know why I sound like this, but it's because I'm evil. Please don't give me that. Please, God. Christopher landed. Please. The Poop, rated R, starring Rob Schneider. I got fucking I got South Park on the brain tonight. It's funny shit. Oh God, no. I meant the Nun 2 awful based on this plot breakdown. I've heard some things about it that it just make me like are shaking my head, man. I'm excited to hear what you got though too, because fuck. God. I'm not expecting anything good. You know, honestly, I'm kind of in the boat with this movie where if it's slightly better than the last film, I'll take it. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, you improved. So yeah, I gotta give you, I'm forced to give you credit there if you improved. Okay. But if it's worse, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just like, I'm just gonna be mad. I'm just gonna cry myself to sleep, I guess. Damn. But hopefully it's, I don't know, man. You know, you're probably right. Okay. Critically, you're probably right, man. But maybe there's a chance that it kicks ass, but you never know. You never know with these fucking things. Oh God. Haunting You is saying, Crossed originally, oh shit, we're getting back to this. I'm excited. Crossed originally was 10 issues, but others wanted more and Garth gave them permission. It's about survivors in a world ravaged by a virus that makes them act their evil thoughts. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, oh shit. Wait, I know. I lied. I know all about this. I just forgot the title. This is what The Sadness was based off of, right? Isn't this the same comic or am I wrong? Hang on. I'm looking it up now because I have to know now. It's fucking me up. I believe this is what The Sadness was based off of. Hang on. The moment I see the images, I'll be able to tell you. I think so. Fuck. I can't remember. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, hang on. I'm looking up The Sadness. Don't tell me in the comments. I don't want to know if I'm right. If I'm wrong and I'm just spitting off a bunch of nonsense, good. I don't want. Hang on. I have to find this out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I have to know. Oh, what is this based off of? The Sadness is based off of something. I know that. Ugh. Or maybe it's inspired by. I feel like that's right. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just making this shit up off the top of my head. I don't know. Yes, The Sadness. Thank you, Haunting You. I had to look at the fucking... I had to check the Spark notes on that one. But, okay, fair. That's awesome. I would be super into reading about this because The Sadness was fucking sick until the third act. The third act kind of blew it for me. But wow, the beginning of that was fun. Holy shit. Haunting You, I did this, I remember I did a stream the day that I did that. That I watched that movie and I watched the first 30 minutes of it. And mind you, in the first 30 minutes, that is when all the zombies come out and they start acting crazy. I came on stream and I was like, that's the best zombie movie ever made. I just raved about it the whole fucking time. I couldn't stop talking about it. I'm like, The Sadness is the greatest thing I've ever watched and I will die on that hill. And then I watched the rest of it and I was like, ugh, man, the first 30 minutes are so good though. It's one of the best starts to a zombie movie I've ever seen, bar none. But man, that third act, I'm just not crazy about. They focus on this doctor character out of nowhere and it just kind of loses me. But this is interesting though. So it was 10 issues originally. Very nice. It seems very controversial, from what I saw in the rest of The Sadness. There's a lot of controversial shit going on in it, but you gotta push zombies. You gotta push boundaries. I said zombies. What the fuck? You gotta have zombies pushing boundaries sometimes. And I think that movie pushes some boundaries and, it's going to offend people no matter what boundaries you push. But I think that's pretty fun. I think that's interesting to see why that decision was made, why these things had to be taken to the next level to create something new. And I think that's interesting. I always like seeing art go to brand new places that maybe feel taboo or don't feel like, is this pushing it too far? Well, let's see, let's not just sit in hesitancy. Let's just actually push it there and see what happens. So I'm all about checking this out. I would love to see more stories explored in this universe. I fucking love The Sadness for the most part. But yeah, okay, man. All right, good shit. Good shit. I'll look into it. I will definitely read that. The Preacher books have been on my list for the longest time. I'm like, I gotta fucking read those. That show is so good. So hell yeah. Okay, good shit. Haunting You, thank you for the $10, man. I really appreciate your support tonight. It means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you. What else do we got going on? Critical Overlord saying, on the other hand, I'm certain you'll love Maxine. Everything I've been told is amazing. I know a little bit about it. I know little tiny things here and there about Giancarlo Esposito's role, and I'm like, fuck, that looks okay. That's awesome. I'm so excited for the film, man. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be good. Look, it's Ty West. He's rarely a miss, in my opinion. I really like a lot of his earlier stuff too. You know, a lot of people shit on like The Innkeepers or the Cult one, but I like both of those movies a lot. Slow burns, but worth it in the end. So I love me some Ty West. Give me more Ty West movies is what I say. My favorite stories are the Thin Red Line, Psychopath, and Wish You Were Here from that series. Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to check all these out because man, I fucking love that movie. Amy is saying The Sadness is not a zombie movie. Same thing for 28 Days Later. I mean, you know, is Train to Busan a zombie movie? Is, you know, like are we? What's a zombie movie at the end of the day? Like, I feel like it's a little more broad of a definition than just it's the slow shambling corpses. You know, sometimes they talk to you. Like, are Deadites zombies? Like, kinda. You know, kinda, not really. A little bit. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's all they're zombies. Okay, like, come on. I feel like Evil Dead is like a cross between like a zombie movie and a possession film. And also like a little bit of a slasher. It kind of hits on some of the best elements of all of those things, and you slap them all together, and then you get a little bit of fucking Lovecraftian horror in there. That's fun. I love that shit. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. Deadites are demons, Jake. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We're not gonna talk about this shit. Deadites, you're right, but they're also zombies. Like, look at, Wreck. Think about Record, that movie. They're zombies, right? Are they? Well, technically, they're also possessed. Technically, they're also Deadites. So, but is that a Deadite? No, we call them zombies in that film. So I don't know. But hey, I don't give a shit. I just like monsters. You know, that's what I fucking like. I don't care what they are. If it's a virus, if it's a demon, I just want to see people running around biting into each other, okay? I'm a simple guy. Ty Lee is throwing $10 out there saying, I gave Voyage of the Demeter 4 out of 5 because I feel like it's not great, but a better than average movie. And yes, we needed more character development. And actually less Dracula until the third act. Ooh, another good point, Ty. I agree with that. I think they showed too much of the monster throughout like the beginning of the film. Like they kind of, at first they tease him a little bit, you know, but then they just like right into it. Like, shit, okay, now we're just seeing Dracula like 30 minutes into this. I think about like the Jaws, the Jaws rule of thumb with creatures. I feel like that's the best way to approach it. Insidious does the same thing. You get little teases of the monster throughout, you know, you get little teases, and then slowly you see more and more and more and more of them until you finally get a full-on reveal in like the beginning of the third act. That's like, it's a way to do it. Jaws kind of reveals the monster a little earlier, but I feel like you don't really get to know Bruce. Like, you don't really get to know the character of the shark until the third act. Wow, I sound like a fucking dork, but I think I have a point. I don't fucking know, but maybe. But I do agree with you there. I agree with you there. More character development, better kills, less digital fucking Dracula. Dude, Dracula's so good. Like, Dracula's played by Javier Botet, dude. Like a fucking killer creature actor. And then you use digital most of the time. Like, that, I just can't get over that shit, man. If I'm making a creature feature, you're gonna okay, hang on. If I'm making a creature feature and I cast somebody like Joseph Bishara, Javier Botet, Andy Serkis, Bill Skarsgård to play my fucking creature, I'm not gonna use a lick of digital shit. Fuck that. These people are fucking awesome. I'm gonna let them just do their thing and just give them some killer practical effects to fuck around it. That's what I'm gonna do. I think that's why I just didn't love the movie so much, because there's so many things about it where I'm like, oh god, I just would have done this so differently. Like, I feel that way about movies sometimes, and it's just like that's a hard thing to get over. But I still like, there was enjoyable moments of it. I really loved like the early on moments from the ship. I thought that was really like mysterious and fun. That was really cool. So I liked that shit. That was cool. Very good shit. But there are moments in it too where I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. But I'm glad you liked it, Ty. I do. I think that's awesome. Just was not for me. My buddy Sean fucking loved it too. He really enjoyed the film. I wasn't crazy about it though. Wasn't really for me. But thank you for the 10, my friend. I really appreciate it. And thank you for making your voice heard too. I like, some people don't want to disagree with me, and I'm like, disagree. Tell me why you disagree. That's the whole point. So it's why we're doing all this shit. It's why we're doing all of this right here, is so that we can hear everyone's opinion. I want to know everyone's take. If you're like, I fucking hate Scream, tell me why. I want to know. I want to know, my friends. It's always fun. And yeah, expanding on that, him shaking in the corner and crawling on the ground was too much too early. I agree. But I did like seeing him in the binoculars. That was fun. Okay, that was cool. I thought the FX were effective, though. It's hard to say without spoilers. Yeah, there's a certain death later on where it kind of lost me. And like, I feel like from that point on, like the effects were just meh. The wings were too much. Like the wings were cool. They're cool on paper, but just a little too much in my opinion. Yeah, fucking facts. I can't even argue with this. Remove Dracula, add the Creeper, and you have a competent Jeepers Creepers movie. Okay, Jeepers Creepers on a boat though would be pretty fucking interesting. I mean, you know, you don't have the van, you don't have the iconic van, but still kind of fun. You know, people criticize Jason Takes Manhattan for taking place on a boat, but that's a cool setting for a horror movie. It's just not Manhattan. That's why it sucks, you know? Horror movies on boats are fun. I think so, at least. I kind of agree with you, though. Shit, it would have been better than 4, I'll tell you that much. Or Reborn, whatever the fuck. Can't believe I paid money to see that, my friend. Jesus. That was something else. Sarah Campbell has gifted 2 Killjoy Jake memberships. Again, thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate you. You're the best, as always. Saying, What Lies Beneath has gotten a membership, as well as The Horror Den. Welcome to the fold, my friends. Welcome, welcome. Drink up on the Kool-Aid. It's delicious. You're going to have a great time with it. Thanks for being here, my friends. Appreciate you guys. I'll have some fun extras out for you this month, too. Got some fun things coming. It would be more creative than the more recent Jeepers Creepers films. We were right to be wary of the latest director being closed off from fans. That was pretty fucking weird. Yeah, the whole thing was pretty fucking weird. Not only that, too, just that movie was that movie was like irredeemably bad. Like, what the fuck happened, man? I don't know. I was so hyped, too, because I'm like, we're finally gonna get Jeepers Creepers, but it's good, you know, it's not part of a, you know, all that shit, which I don't want to get into, but yeah, it was worse. I can't believe it was worse, but it was worse. Crazy shit, man. Michael Parton is throwing $5 out there. Thank you, Michael. Saying super pumped to see Blue Beetle next week. Ooh, I am too, actually. I'm hoping things turn around for DC. This has not been the year for superhero flicks, in exception to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I agree with all of these things, Michael. I'm excited for Blue Beetle too. I don't know. I'm really on the fence about it. I hope it's good, but you know, DC projects lately have been kind of disappointing me. But we'll see. Maybe it kicks ass. I think that would be great if it did. I really love the concept of Blue Beetle. I think he's a great superhero. I will say the trailer looks a little too similar to Iron Man, but I'm still excited to see it nonetheless. I think it's going to be fun. But I agree. I hope things turn around for DC. I hope James Gunn knows what he's doing. I hope that, you know, he knocks it out of the park with the Superman film that's coming out. The casting, I've been pretty happy with personally. So we got the guy from Pearl playing Superman now. Like, that's fucking cool. I don't know. As a horror fan, I'm like, that's pretty fucking sick. You know, that he's moving from this little indie weird horror flick into, you know, the big leagues the next year. Like, that's shit. Okay, cool. So good for him, man. But Michael, thank you so much for the $5, my friend. I'm excited for it. I might do a review of it too, because I don't give a shit. I just do what I want. I do what I want. I'm excited. I'm trying to restart Golgotha too. I just have not had time. I have a short film coming out, like I just said, very soon, which I'm excited for you to see. It's going to be really gross, so some of you might not like it, but that's okay. But it's going to be fun. I'm excited for it nonetheless. So I might start up the second page again, but Jake's busy. Jake's a busy little fella. Critical Overlord saying Jeepers Creepers 5 is actually being developed incorrectly because Myriad Pictures brought it up during this ongoing lawsuit against Jeepers Creepers 4. You have been covering it extensively, my friend. I think it's fucking awesome. So thank you for all the coverage. Very good shit. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch. Like, if it comes out, cool. I might watch it and do a review. But I'm not paying money to see Jeepers Creepers 5, dude. I'll wait till it comes out on VOD or whatever. I can't believe. Like, I remember I went to go see Reborn. I even messaged you beforehand. I was like, here we go, or something like that. And I think you were all excited too. I went in and I sit down next to this guy, like, and his wife. Like, they're wearing shirts. They're all excited. They're super hyped. I got to talk to him a couple minutes beforehand, and they were just like, oh, we're so excited. You know, this is one of our favorite horror franchises. They were all hyped, and man, when the credits rolled, they just got up and left, and it was so upsetting. It was just like, the heartbreak as a horror fan, just, it hit really hard with that movie. So that That was upsetting. That's just an unforgivable movie too. Like I don't know. That's just crazy shit. Crazy shit. I don't like to spout hate, but geez, what the fuck happened there? Sarah Campbell is shouting out Golgotha, almost 2K. Subscribe if you haven't. That'd be pretty cool. Could get to 2K. Would definitely motivate old Jake to get more videos out on that page. No, I really gotta get moving on that though. I gotta hire an editor. Anybody edit videos out there? Who wants to edit videos for Jake for a little while? Because I'm so tired. All I do is I edit and I sit in this computer and work. But I think this weekend I'm gonna get some time to chill, which is gonna be nice. So, what's a Golgotha? Hang on. What's a Golgotha? I don't even fucking know. Golgotha is the place of bones, is what it translates to, but I changed it to gull, like not G-O-L, Gotha. Golgotha, like a seagull, because I think that's fun. I love me a good seagull. But it's my second channel. Go subscribe. I talk about non-horror movie related movie things over there when I have time. Lollipop Sanchez, you'll edit for me. I appreciate that. That'd be fucking sweet if you did that. Can someone edit for free for me for like a little bit? Just a little bit, just like a little while. And then we'll... I'll get back. I'll stop being so lazy and I'll just make it happen. Been a lot of editing on my part. I'm about to be editing like twice as much as I usually do. So that's why I'm just like, oh God. Not complaining though. It's like the best job in the world. So much fun. But Jake needs a break sometimes. Oh, jeez. Ty's pitch for The Creeper has always been a period piece. I am very down for that. I've heard similar things to this. Like the Witch, The Prey, Last Voyage of the Demeter, kind of. Maybe an indigenous cast and setting, something exotic to show how old and prolific The Creeper is. I'm totally down for that. I know that there is a prequel comic that I believe part of Reborn was based off of, or something along those lines. I'm down for something like that though. That's crazy. I mean, the Creeper, his existence implies that he's been around for a long time. So like, what other shenanigans has he been up to? I'd love to see some news stories talked about that. Child's Play fan is with us. What's up? How's it going? Welcome. Is Scream 7 now confirmed? It is 100%. Like, no more. We're not talking rumors. I'm not asking you to take a grain of salt. Oh no, it's happening, my friends. And Christopher Landon is going to be directing. So change up of directors, but no worries if you're a fan of the Radio Silence crew, they are still producing the film. So I don't think that they'll have like as much creative say as they did with 5 and 6, but if Christopher Landon and, Guy Busick, James Vanderbilt and all that, they're like, we want to make a really silly, goofy Happy Death Day 2 movie. I'm sure they'll be like, hey, you know what? Just hold your horses there, bucko. We ain't doing another Scream 3. Chill out. So I don't think we have anything to worry about in terms of quality or tone. I think it's going to kick ass. I really do. Very excited for it. Parker CS is saying, I haven't watched any Final Destination movies. Oh, really? But hearing if Death tries killing kids on Final Destination 6 just for existing sounds pretty evil, right? I mean, it sounds pretty evil, but I'd watch the fucking movie. I wouldn't say no if I read that, as the plot description. So, whew. All right. Old Jake's gotta take a fucking nap. I got a big day tomorrow. It's a big day. It's a big day for Jake. So I'm excited. Let's have Scream 7 either take place in the snow or in Miami, Florida. That'd be pretty fucking cool too. I love it, Noah. Good stuff. I love hanging out with you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate you. Talking a little horror. We don't get to do that sometimes in our regular lives. We'll talk to people about horror movies and they'll look at us like we're crazy. But here we can be as crazy as we want, and I fucking love it. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate you guys so much. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.